Hey everyone, we got a new quote unquote trial today, and I just tested this on a test run, and it's ridiculously easy. Well, I should say it's ridiculously easy for me because I have the gear and the units. Your mileage may vary, but here we go for 60 advanced. Within 15 turns, 5 party members or less, no items. We will do this in, depending on variance, 5 or 6 turns. So no companion, I got my team set up. This is the team. And I'll show the gear once we're done. But yeah, it's a non-issue. Okay, so we'll start off Wylk, Cloud Hurricane for the good stuff here. Esther, well, Cloud Hurricane, what it does, Cloud Style is it's a 35 Fist Imperil, Demon Insect Killer to self, which is super high as you can see. And yeah, that's basically it. It's just a preparation turn, honestly, nothing else. Freyevia is going to Frost Blossom and Preparation. So we filled some LB Gauge. We'll have Chow do Focused, Inspiration, Guard Dog, and Most Loyal of Hearts. Sylvie, I don't know why I have her unshifted, but she's supposed to shift. And she is going to, let's see. She's going to, where is it? Paladin's Defense, Paladin's Offense. Actually, I don't need either of that, truth be told. But it's fine. Yeah, that's just 2 turns, whatever. And yeah, clever Paladin Strike, I guess. So we'll do that first. This requires some thinking here, but it's going to be ultimately fine. So let's do these 2 first and send these in. So Wylk actually benefits from all of this, because Wylk's LB gauge is a little bit iffy to fill, as you can see. Boss does 1 very big mana drain. It's all good though. We got this. Alright. So Sylvie on this turn is going to, let's see. Do I want to do Leaping Love right away? On turn 3 she gets berserked, so that's no bueno. I'll just do what I did right now. So Beating Insect on Esther. And I believe this, yeah, was a morale fill. So let's do Clever Paladin Strike twice. Wylk's LB is looking good. Alright, so we'll limit with these 2. We'll have Freyevia Shift and on guard, Azure Key Pressure, 88 Defense Break, etc. It's a little bit higher than what we currently have. We'll get the 90% break next turn. But what's really important here is the 85 break. As you've seen, the mana drain hit us really hard. So yeah, we might want to reduce that a little bit. And I guess I can do, I don't need Coupe now because I have everything else is better, so I'll do Flick. Okay. And Chow, oh well, we don't want to do that. Chow is going to Curator twice, and we'll also do Guardian's Blessing. I think 1 would have been enough, yeah. Whatever. Alright, let's do some damage to the boss, and it's going to be already hit hard. Sick city. I'm super curious to see who of the 2 is going to deal more damage. And that, yeah, that's significantly less damage taken, as is apparent here. Actually, I could have done Poached Insect on turn 1 and turn 3, but Oh well, no, we can't, because I have to use Leaping Love on Sylvie this turn, so we do have the good stuff. An additional LB boost to Esther and Wylk, which is really nice. We're gonna do Vengeance, and yeah, that'll be it pretty much. So we'll have to reapply the field because Esther overrides it, but that's fine. And we'll fill a DLB gauge and we'll do an Omni cover on Chow. Alright, we can start this and send in the chainers. $53%. The boss enters a second phase on at or below 50%, which is cool. Okay, so Sylvie now is berserked, but honestly, we don't care whether she's berserked or not. She still does her auto attack. It's cool. And now it's time for a second limit burst. By the way, Wylk is still stacking. That's a second stack, which means he now is at 300x. Well, technically a little bit more because we also have the buff from Sylvie. But yeah, I do have a choice now. Do I want to fill Wylk's LB gauge? But honestly, I'm not going to because I don't feel like it's worth it. We might actually also kill the boss right here, right now. We'll see. Curator once. We'll refresh Loyal and Guardian. But first of all, let's do our damage. I believe I have to send in Freyevia a lot sooner than the Yen Chainers. So let's do that. Alright, let's send these two in. Ah, 17%. Oh well. So be it. Let's Curator and repeat. So the boss enters his second phase now, which really isn't all too bad. It's more of the same. Oh, there we go. So yeah, we got what's it called? Imperiled. But Chow has so much resistance on him, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's shift back. We are going to Frost Blossom and Preparation. Yeah, I guess Wylk has to go back to base. Memories of the Ancestral Dragon, which is his personal LB increase. We'll also do Zephyr Strike. What does this do? Oh yeah, typed mitigation, cool stuff. Let's do that as well. And we don't need the Fist Imperil, but I guess we can do that, yeah. And Esther is just going to do what she always does, basically. So let's do all of this, and we're gonna refresh cover. Actually, I'm just gonna cast Omni cover on him again, and on the next turn this fight is basically over. The boss did absolutely nothing. So very cool stuff. Yeah, and that is the end of this fight. There's nothing else that we need to take care of, so let's finish. Boom! 6 turns, Gloomwing, all missions. I think, right? 15 turns, 5 less, no items. Indeed. So I'm very curious to see who did the most damage here. I'm not fairly certain. I would say Wylk, because he has that innate buff to insects, but I wouldn't be too surprised if it was actually Esther here. It is actually Esther. Well, she has more turns to do damage. Freyevia also did 1.8 billion. That was probably her one LB she did, but it helped. And yeah, that's been it, actually. So I'm also rather sure that I might actually turn 3 OTK this. Let's see. But there it is. We are Gucci. Tamaguchi even. So let me show you the team. No friend unit needed. Sylvie, she was geared honestly just for whatever. The only thing that you really need is passive provoke. The rest doesn't matter, honestly. So you could remove all of this, just have passive provoke on her, and that's good. Because the boss does not a single physical attack, as you've seen. But the more bulk she has, or the more bulk every unit has, the less the mana drain actually affects your HP and mana drain. So this is all she had, double Yeti style, yeah. And the Brave Shift is geared pretty much the same. I just had the Spirit Tiger Mask for more HP on her for no apparent reason, honestly. Then there is a Divine Beast Chow. Chow needs a 400% fire resistance. The boss has a 300% Imperil, which happens in phase 2, I believe. And yeah, with 400%, he's Gucci. Now, you could always go for 200% or 300% and give him a higher buff. But none of the party members here have a high enough buff to actually manage this. So I went with 400% fire resistance from gear, which isn't really that super hard to do with most of the stuff we have. Granted, I am using Winry's earrings, new Fina's TMR, but even without these things, I mean, that's just 0%, and that's 50%, and you could easily offset this, honestly. So it's not really much of an issue going to 400%, and I am using this one, which is 30. You could use the Riser card. It has a little bit more than that, I believe. So there's plenty of ways to make this work. Brave Shift, not geared. Freyavia is geared for damage in both forms. She isn't really particularly geared towards insects, as you can see. So the stuff she's wearing, using Knights of Grandchild card, which doesn't do anything in base, but it works in Brave Shift. So in Brave Shift, she actually has some decent gearing. She has 300% insect kill and 400 LB, which is cool. And that's why she did 1.7 billion on her 1 LB damage ability. But yeah. Next up, Wylk. Base form, we didn't actually end up using the base form that much. I expected it to last, or to shift a little bit more into that. We used it only once on turn 5, and that's pretty much it, but it helped generate a lot of LB fill. The base form is actually built for almost maxed LB fill and LB fill per turn. He's using Esther's Vision card, and the Brave Shift is geared for a DPS, as is obvious, with 9k attack, just casual things, right? He has innate 300% insect killer with just his claw as TMR. And yeah, 300 insect, 300 LBE, good stuff. So here's the abilities right again. Oh, also important on both Esther and Wylk is Chain Ramp, which helps dealing damage, high damage, faster. So Esther, as you can see, also has a Prodigious Performer, a little bit less attack, but less attack doesn't matter when your LB modifier is super high. So yeah, there we go, Static Clothes as well, Static Helmet. She has 300 insect, maxed LB, yeah. And she's on Wylk's card, because that has more attack. And that's been it. Thank you all for watching, hope this was helpful. I'll probably do maybe another clear later today. We'll see. But for now, this has been it. See you then, bye bye.